You dare to walk this path with me? One misstep, and we fall to our ruin. So take your first step. It's now or never!
What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you the first of several analysis videos I have planned out for the week. So I want to do, of course, the Fire Emblem trailer. Definitely going to do the Zelda trailer. There was an interview with Miyazaki about what's going on with Elden Ring. Wanted to talk about that. As well as I think Suda did an interview about No More Heroes 3. So lots of stuff I want to talk about, but let's get the good stuff out the way real quick. So of course, we have a new trailer for Fire Emblem Three Houses, and this is probably one of the best trailers I saw at E3, just from an editing standpoint and content standpoint. I just really like the trailer. You know, so this should be pretty good. Now, I did skip the beginning of the trailer. The beginning of the trailer does confirm that there is a time skip coming in the game. It's going to skip 5 years of time. So after the, I guess after they graduate or after the school stuff is over, they'll have a 5-year time skip and they'll come back to the school. Except for this time, it looks like they're going to be enemies instead of classmates. So that's definitely interesting. I mean, I guess you can kind of see it coming. I mean, that something like this would happen. But yeah, the first shot we get of the time skip, or post-time skip, we see Edgegard pimped out in her full Imperial gear. So, and she looks good. Like, this look, I like the costume designs or the armor designs in this game. And like, she looks good, you know what I'm saying? She's got, like, I guess the red and gold aesthetic is nice. As well as you can tell, her headdress definitely screams the connections between the Empire and the Church, because of course the horns on the headset. Oh man, I'm so used to talking about headsets and stuff from being at work. Thank God I'm on vacation. My gosh. But the headdress is reminiscent to the horns of the dragon that you see on the goddess mural of Goddess and Ceros. And of course the decorative piece in the front is similar to the stuff we see on the Archbishop of the Church on her headdress. So definitely, you know, throwing out the connections between the Empire and the Church. So next we see Claude, and he's pimped out in his leader of the Leicester Alliance. He has the crest on his shoulder. And we can't really see the whole thing of his garb, but we definitely know that this is him. He's got a beard now, so 5 years. And he's got like a little, one of those little like side beard type of deals. He's chilling with his troops, preparing for battle. Then we get to see a post-time skip Byleth. He's pimped out in some armor. And it looks like he has even greater control over the Crusty Blade, because now he can actually use it in its whip form that we saw King Nemesis using it in the previous trailers. So one thing about this is this trailer does skip around. So there's 3 different time periods. There is the Nemesis War, which is, or I think it's called the War of Heroes, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually where you see Nemesis versus Ceros. Then there is some scenes here from the middle of the present time period, where it's like Byleth and the school and the lords are basically students at that point. And then there's the post time skip where you see like everybody's getting ready for war. So this is the post time skip, and yeah, Byleth has definitely got full control over the Crusty Blade. And in the next shot, we see that there is a change in our boy Byleth. He is gone like neon green from the deep, almost blue green he had before in his hair. I don't know if this is a good look for him, but definitely something's happened with Byleth. We're going to see a little bit later. So this dude, I did not know who this dude was. Originally, I thought it was another character. And then I realized that this was Dimitri. So Dimitri has seen better times. There are some things happening to Dimitri, and Dimitri is not the same. He's apparently lost an eye. Like, and now he's talking about killing everybody. He's gone full-blown Sasuke out this piece. So yeah, that's interesting. Now another thing in this scene, and if you blink, you'll miss it. It took me a long time to get this one shot, but we can see he's wielding a new weapon. So this is not just a regular spear. You see it looks all funky and weird, like the Krusty Blade. And I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that all three of our main, well, at least two of our main protagonists and the main character will be getting these Krusty style weapons. So then we get to see a shot of definitely Dimitri's troops, because we can tell by the fact that if you go back to the Dimitri shot in the background, you can see the troops, you know what I'm saying, with the tufts of fur, you know what I'm saying, coming up, you know, around the shoulders and the neck of the armor. These guys are the same people, and it looks like they're about to get wrecked. Don't stand there, run, nigga, run. So then it goes, we flip over to the next shot, and we see it looks like Claude's troops are about to meet a very similar fate. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here is a true badass, because he dabs in the face of imminent death. He's like, man, screw this. Dab on death. Dab on him. Yeah, but yeah, they're all about to die, though. And we see in this big, like, epic display of flames, yeah, those people are gone. Not sure what's going on here. It looks like Claude and Dimitri are going to war with each other. Not sure why, but Claude is in the trailer talking about he's tired of the strong trampling the weak. So I really thought that Claude would be the one that has a storyline similar to that, because Claude seems like his country is the closest thing to like a democracy or a republic, or definitely a hegemony. You know, it's not like an imperial, it's not like an empire or a monarchy. So I would think, like, you know, somebody preaching about the weak, you know, saying trampling the strong, it would be him. But it looks like it's vice versa. So it looks like whatever happens to Dimitri puts him in a weird spot, a weird place. Now, of course, since Dimitri and Claude's troops get caught in this, I'm thinking this is probably Edgelgard's doing. Even though we're not 100% sure of that, because it looks like, if you look closely in the center, there looks like a sword that is like in the middle of this fire. So now we get to see, this one right here is more in the school era of the game, and we get to see, looks like Byleth is about to square off with somebody, and in the next shot we can see that it is the Plague Doctor, the guy that we saw in the last trailer. Now, at first I thought this was, now I'm thinking that this could be a woman, because it does look like these might be, you know, boobs. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, it looks like we did see this character in the previous trailer. The only difference is they were wearing black, so it looks like maybe this is the same character and they just had a design change, or this could be a different character that's also wearing a Plague Doctor mask. So this shot right here, we go back to the school era again, and we see it looks like you know, it looks like Edgelgard and Dimitri are dancing probably at a dinner party. Maybe this is the graduation party. I can't really think of what they call that. It's like convocation, I think is what they call it. Convocation, when you it's like a breakfast or a luncheon. You know, you have like the Sunday before graduation or something like that. But yeah, this could be that, or it could just be a dinner party at a different time period. But it looks like they're having fun, you know what I'm saying? It looks like Dimitri might, you know what I'm saying, Dimitri might have him a waifu here. Now we see this shot right here. So we see Dimitri has definitely seen better days. I think this is right here is during whatever happened to Dimitri to make Dimitri evil. Or not evil, but definitely emo or angry. Because the next shot we see, it looks like these silhouetted characters, and it looks like somebody is getting wrecked. Now, I have a couple of clues as to who this could be. It looks that it could be Catherine. It looks kind of like it could be Catherine, the Knight of Syros, getting killed by our evil old man. So then we get a shot of this really weird blurry shot of this city right before it gets blown up. It gets blown up. Gets blown to hell right here. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what time period this takes place, but whatever war is going on in this period, it gets real. Because it's not just some field somewhere, this is a city. Alright, so then we skip backwards in time and we go back to the battle between Syros and Nemesis. And so we see that, you know what I'm saying, that Syros ain't playing no games. Like she ain't no joke. Alright, she ain't no freaking damsel. You know what I'm saying? She out this junk, she's got the there's another confirmation in this scene as well. I'm gonna get back into a little bit later. But she's got the sword of Syros. She's got a shield with the church's insignia on it. She is going to war with this. She's going to town with homie. Like, she's like, no. She's like, I ain't no bitch. So you get to see another shot of them battling each other. This definitely looks pretty crazy. She reminds me of the chick from Soul Calibur right here. I can't think of her name. The Greek chick from Soul Calibur. So then we get to see this perfect shot right here. This will probably be the thumbnail. Alright, maybe not. I don't know. It might be a thumbnail down the line somewhere. But we get this perfect shot of Syros battling Nemesis. And she's going toe to toe with Nemesis. And it looks like she's kind of taking him the distance, you know. But here's one thing. One kind of confirmation we have is that the Chris looking weapon that Syros has in the portrait and the crusty blade are two different weapons. They're not the same sword. So the Chris I'm going to call the sword of Syros, and of course I'm still going to call the crusty blade the crusty blade, because this is what it looks like. So then we're at this right here. This shot is sick. So we get a shot of the dragon. It looks like one of the dragons from the portrait of Syros and the goddess. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like exactly like that main dragon because the horns are different, but it's definitely one of the dragons from that shot. So this dragon is definitely connected to the church and maybe even to the goddess herself. And of course, one of the main ways you can tell, because like everything the church has, their seal is on it. So if the church is good at something, they're definitely good at branding, because their insignia is everywhere. Even on the freaking animals, the insignia is there. So again, this is probably the same shot in the game. We see the evil old man is kind of surprised at the power of this dragon, because it's kind of hard to see what he's saying here, but it sounds like he says the fell stone even absorbs darkness itself.
So the fell stone consumes even the darkness itself. So the fell stone consumes even the darkness itself.
So it sounds like he probably tried to use that purple miasma stuff that he has, and the dragon was like, "Nah, man, I ain't playing no games. Like, I'll absorb your evil, bruh." And he's like, "No." He probably dies right here. Alright, so then we get our third crusty weapon here, and it's the crusty bow, and of course it's being wielded by Claude. You can definitely see it looks the same color, and it has the same kind of like cracky brokenness that the other two crusty weapons has. And definitely there is like the other ones, there's a place where there's a seal in it. So this is definitely a thing. So there's definitely 3 of these for each of the lords. Well, technically, we'll see that one of them doesn't get one later. So we get to see this knight stepping on a mask. So this is definitely the mask of the Flame Emperor. So this probably happens after you defeat them. So we see another shot of, well, this is another shot of Dimitri. It looks like he's been defeated, because it looks like this is in the post time skip, because he's got the eye patch. It looks like he's been defeated here, and it looks like this is probably Claude extending out a hand to him, because this takes place during the speech that Claude is doing in the trailer. So Claude probably wins the battle. I don't see how, since it looked like everybody got roasted, but Claude probably wins the battle, and he's now extending a hand out to Dimitri, like, hey bro, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, a lot of people died here, you lost, let's just bury the hatchet and let bygones be bygones and be friends and just have peace, you know. And it looks like, I mean, Dimitri might be taking that. I don't know. He might be over his, whatever was going on with him. So then this scene right here is definitely Nemesis busting out of a casket. Now, here's the thing. I never understood why, when you have, like, super evil villains that you decide that you defeat, that you always keep the body somewhere. I'm like, man, don't keep the body. You better burn that fool or something. You know what I'm saying? You better Megatron this man and throw him in the ocean. Like, no, man, don't be sitting there keeping these people's bodies around, because he did stuff like this happens. So then, guess what? The first thing is, boom, look, chains broke, he coming. He coming for people's souls. All because you decided, oh, let's stick his body in a tomb somewhere. Like, no, man, burn that man. Right, so then we have Edgelgard. So now we see this is a similar scene to like the one we saw Dimitri in a while ago. She seems to be kneeling, probably after battle, and it looks like she has been defeated. We see she does not have a crusty weapon. She definitely has the Sword of Siros, which basically, even further confirms her connection to the church, albeit willingly or not, because she is the Empress of the Empire, so the Empire is connected to the church. She might be connected to the church unwillingly. And it doesn't look like there's a place to put a seal in here either. The only seal is the seal of the church, so it doesn't have one of those kind of brown, scaly looking seals like the other ones have. And it looks like in this scene she's talking to Byleth, because the next scene it looks like Byleth, and this looks like the monastery. So it looks like this battle takes place at the monastery. So it looks like she's talking to Byleth, and maybe this is where she loses. And it looks like she might actually die here. Just looking at the last few words of the trailer. So then it skips to another time period, probably like near the end of the school, or maybe near the end of everything, because we see him getting his bright neon hair. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but like, Sothis is talking during this time period, talking about, you see both sides of time, what are you gonna do? And we see he gets his neon hair, and he's, the crusty blade is glowing, so something's going down. I'm thinking this is probably his battle with Nemesis, more than likely. And then we see the last shot of the trailer is him, and we see, like, looks like cherry blossoms or petals falling. And you see here what sounds like Edgelgard saying she wished this moment could last forever. And I'm thinking she dies at that point. So I'm thinking that, Edgelgard dies. So yeah, I do think that this is probably a Golden Deer playthrough, because it seems like the only two people out of the four main characters that don't lose or possibly die is Claude and, of course, Byleth. Because we never see Claude in one of these kind of crouched down, I'm defeated, pictures here. So maybe these came from the Golden Deer playthrough, and that the story is a bit different depending on which house you choose. Whew, so that's about it. I know this video was hella long, but there was a lot to say here. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep it real.